fun and all because it's not easy to get out and this early in the morning and get all the way downtown because I know a lot of you live in Naples and that area. Yeah, I see Anissa and Tamara and the women's club over there. And so anyway, I'm April Freeman. I'm running for Congress in District 17. I'm really excited because District 17 has really changed this year. We went from an R plus 10, which is Republican plus 10%, which means there were 10% more Republican than Democrat, to an R plus 2. So they're less than 2% right now. And which means I don't have to swing that many votes. We picked up a lot of Democratic area. Oh, is this better? Oh, much better. Thank you. So that means, oh wow, it's really loud. Maybe I'll hold it away. But that means that I only have to swing about 1,500 votes in order to win. And we really have already done that in an R plus 12. So I'm used to doing this. We're used to getting out and talking to groups that I wouldn't normally want to go talk to. Like this week I went and talked to the Tea Party. And I'll tell you what, that was really interesting because I realized that those Tea Party people don't like Tom Rooney. And it was really great to go in there and be able to talk to them about a very socialist program, which is expanding Medicare and Medicaid, right? And Social Security benefits. And by the time I was done explaining it to them as to what the programs actually do, they were pretty much loving me. Because as long as the socialist program benefits them, they don't care. You know? They really don't like Hillary, they don't like Bernie. So I'm afraid that they're all going to use that Trump card that we all don't want them to. But the good thing is that I might have swung some votes there. I had people coming up to me afterwards telling me that they really liked me and they wish I was a Republican, but they're going to probably vote for me anyway. You know? So that was good. And then the next morning, or 2 mornings later, actually, I think it was on a radio show. It was a very conservative talk radio show. And I had people calling in going, well, you know, I think I could probably vote for her. And I was just talking about the same thing. It was interesting because this bill that I was talking about is Ellen Grayson's bill. And it's the Eyes, Ears, and Teeth Act. Seniors have eyes, ears, and teeth, which would cover optical, dental, and their hearing aids. And what I did was I went into a story about how my father, who's on a very limited income, was starting to lose his hearing. And he didn't know where he was going to come up with the extra money to pay for his hearing aids. And that just kind of resonated with them because I think they've all been through it. And they didn't realize I'm talking about, you know, this socialist program that they want to defund and privatize and, you know, all this other stuff. And so I really have a great feeling. I really do. I love going out to Democratic events, of course, you know, because, you know, it's like preaching to the choir and we're all about the same and we all want the same things to happen in government. But when you can go out there and talk to a group and sound sensible to them, that's what I need to do. And so that's what we're doing. Now, as far as fundraising, because that seems to be a big deal here, I'm running in 9 counties. District 17 is 9 counties. It's not just part of Lee and part of Collier anymore where I'm going to. It takes me 3 to 4 hours sometimes to get to where I'm going and then to come back after I spend the day at the event. So I don't have the 8 hours a day that I used to have to do fundraising and be locked in an office by my campaign manager who wouldn't let me out. You know, I actually have to get out and meet people and hopefully swing their votes because we have a real shot at winning. So that's why I need your support because I don't have the time to make all those phone calls anymore. And I really enjoy getting out there and getting our message out to the people. And, you know, it's going to be good because I know that there were a lot of people that were disappointed that I wasn't running in 19, but look what's happening in 19 right now. You know, Francis Rooney, is spending an enormous amount of money on ads, and there's no way I could have overcome that. So running in 17 will give me the opportunity to not only be a peer of Francis Rooney's, but also be in his face as a constituent every single day so I can be a voice of you and District 17 and the entire country. And I really appreciate you giving me this time to come up here and speak this morning and holding this event. Now I'll take questions. Anybody? Okay, way in the back.
Okay, so I'm curious about that presentation you did with the Tea Party.
Okay.
All right, so their thing was tax enough already. And yet the other, that's how they started, I believe. But then the other side of that seems to be strong Christians. So when you say they like anything that's regarding like a social agenda that, you know, suits them, they're in. But if they're taxed enough already, social programs require taxes to fund social programs.
Right, and they never even brought that up.
So my question is, were they sort of a largely Christian group because they supported you?
I really don't know. It was a very odd mix of people, I would say. There were probably about 100 people there. And normally they say they have 200 people there and they meet weekly. And they claim to be more nonpartisan, but they call themselves the Tea Party. I noticed that there were some people there that just, really didn't like gun control, or others that, don't like Bernie or don't like Hillary. That seemed to be their main thing, but they never really said too much about taxes or asking how we were going to increase the benefits. But I did offer some information. I said, if we can just relieve that cap, just lift the cap on Social Security, then we can be solvent. And that just didn't really start any arguments. So I was happy it didn't start any arguments, because when I said that the Constitution was a living, breathing document, they almost blew up the room. They were screaming and booing, and then I had to explain to them, listen, we relieved Black people of slavery, and then we had, given the women the right to vote. And I said, these were all amendments. These are living, breathing amendments that happen over a period of time. That's what makes the Constitution a living, breathing document. And when I explained that to them, that in order to take money out of politics, because that's another thing that they were worried about, that we had to have another amendment that would reverse Citizens United, they all kind of got it. So that was, pretty much the theme there, was that they've got certain issues that really irk them, but then, not so much. And I have 1 minute, so I have time for another question, if I keep it short. Okay, yeah. Angie, Doctor, I can take them both. Angie first.
Okay, I just want you to name the 17, because I can't even think of 17 counties. Where do you?
No, 9 counties. Yeah, District 17 is 9 counties.
Okay.
So it's Southwest Polk, and then Hardy, DeSoto, and then we have Highlands, not Lake Okeechobee, Okeechobee County, and then Glades. We have North Lee, all of Charlotte, and South Sarasota. That's 9. Okay, and then Dr. Robinson.
How did they react to reversing Citizens United?
They asked for it. They don't like it. So that was the good thing. It's like we were on the same page with a few different issues, and that's kind of what we stuck to. And I think I'm just about out of time unless there's one more question. That's it. Thank you so much. Again, April Freeman, I approve this message and I need your support. I'm happy to take your texts and answer any questions later.